What if I told you that one of Putin's worst nightmares just became reality? A weapon so powerful, so devastating, that it could turn the tide of war. And now, Ukraine has 80,000 of them. These aren't just any rockets. They're Cold War-era CRV-7s, designed to shred tanks, bunkers, and anything in their path. But here's the real kicker. These same weapons were originally built to destroy Soviet defenses. And now, they're coming back to haunt Russia in ways no one saw coming. This isn't just another arms shipment. This is a tactical shift, a historic moment that could cripple Russia's war machine. And it gets even crazier, because this is just the beginning. What happens when Ukraine starts upgrading these rockets into precision-guided missiles? What happens when they get integrated into drone warfare? The battlefield is changing faster than ever, and trust me, you'll want to see what happens next. Canada just pulled a page from the Cold War playbook, and it's a game-changer. By sending 80,000 CRV-7 rockets to the Ukraine Air Force, they're reviving a weapon feared for its sheer destructive power. These rockets were designed to punch through Soviet-era bunkers, the same ones Russia still relies on today. Imagine the irony. Moscow's old defenses, built to withstand NATO, now face the very weapons they were meant to resist. It's like history is flipping the script, and Ukraine now holds the pen. With drone warfare reshaping the battlefield, these rockets could become a devastating force multiplier. And it's not just about sheer firepower, it's about strategy. The CRV-7 rockets, fired in rapid succession, can tear through Russian tanks and entrench positions like a storm of steel. This isn't some outdated relic, it's a battlefield sledgehammer, and Ukraine knows exactly how to swing it. The Cold War might be over, but its weapons are far from obsolete. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, because Canada's military aid package is packing even more surprises. If you thought 80,000 CRV-7 rockets were a big deal, wait until you hear the rest. Canada isn't just sending rockets, it's unleashing an arsenal of destruction to bolster Ukraine's firepower. We're talking about 1,300 warheads, nearly 1,000 C6 machine guns, over 10,000 pistols, and even decommissioned armored vehicles. This isn't just aid. It's a shockwave that could tip the scales. Each weapon serves a purpose. C6S will shred enemy infantry. Warheads will fuel Ukraine's drone warfare. And those armored vehicles? They may look old, but repurposed, they become mobile fortresses. Russia better rethink its tank formations because Ukraine's arsenal just got deadlier. And here's the real kicker. This is just the beginning. The way this war is evolving, military aid isn't just about quantity, but strategy. Every new shipment means a shift in battlefield dynamics, a checkmate move in a game of survival. The question is, what's next? Will Ukraine get its hands on precision-guided missiles? Will Russia find a way to counter this growing firestorm? If you want to be ahead of the curve, to understand the real game behind the headlines, then don't just watch, be part of the conversation. Subscribe now, because the next revelation might just change everything. The CRV-7 rockets aren't just another weapon. They're a force multiplier. Designed to punch through reinforced structures, these rockets were once feared for their ability to obliterate Cold War-era fortifications. Now, those same Soviet-style bunkers, still used by Russia, are about to face the firepower they were built to withstand. But here's the twist. Ukraine isn't just using them for precision strikes. Fired in massive salvos, these rockets can level entire enemy positions, mirroring the kind of shock-and-awe tactics Russia has relied on since the invasion began. The hunter is becoming the hunted, and it gets even more tactical. The Ukraine Air Force isn't limited to old-school bombardments. It's learning to outmaneuver and outgun Russian forces in new ways. By integrating these rockets into drone warfare, Ukraine can rain down destruction from unexpected angles, forcing Russia's defenses into chaos. The beauty of the CRV-7 lies in its simplicity. Easy to use, brutally effective. But what if they could be even deadlier? What if they weren't just fired in bulk, but with pinpoint precision? That's exactly where things are heading. The CRV-7 rockets are already devastating, but what if they became even deadlier? Right now, they rely on sheer firepower, but Canada has the tech to turn them into precision-guided missiles, CRV-7PG. Imagine rockets that don't just hit hard, but hit exactly where they need to. No more wasted firepower, no more guesswork, just pinpoint destruction of Russian tanks, bunkers, and command centers. With this upgrade, Ukraine wouldn't just be matching Russia's firepower. It would be outclassing it. Every rocket would become a calculated strike, shifting the war in Ukraine's favor. This isn't science fiction, it's battlefield evolution. We've seen Cold War weapons get new life before, and this could be the ultimate upgrade. If Ukraine gets its hands on precision-guided missiles, Russia will have an even bigger nightmare on its hands. And that's just one piece of the puzzle. The war is changing faster than ever, and the next breakthroughs will decide everything. Want to stay ahead of the curve? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next move in this war could change history, and you'll want to be the first to know. Russia's losses are already staggering. 9,833 tanks and nearly 20,500 armored vehicles destroyed. Now, add 80,000 CRV-7 rockets into the equation. These rockets weren't just built to disable tanks. They were designed to tear through armor like paper, turning Russian mechanized units into little more than burning wreckage. With Ukraine's growing ability to launch rapid, overwhelming strikes, the battlefield is shifting. Russia's once-feared tank divisions are running out of replacements, forcing desperate tactics to compensate for the staggering losses. And here's where things get even worse for Russia. Without enough armor to hold the lines, they'll have to rely on human wave attacks, sending poorly equipped soldiers straight into the fire. It's a brutal, unsustainable strategy, but what choice do they have? As Ukraine's arsenal evolves, so does its ability to cripple Russia's offensive power at its core. And even if some of these rockets don't work as intended, Ukraine has another trick up its sleeve, breaking them down and integrating them into its drone warfare program. Not every CRV-7 rocket will fire perfectly, but that doesn't mean they go to waste. Ukraine has already mastered the art of repurposing old weapons into new, lethal systems, and these rockets are no exception. Even if some arrive damaged or unusable in their original form, their components can be stripped down and integrated into Ukraine's rapidly evolving drone warfare strategy. With drones already responsible for 80% of Russian frontline losses, turning these rockets into high-impact drone payloads is a nightmare scenario for Russian forces. Imagine fleets of suicide drones, now armed with warheads originally meant for fighter jets, striking deep behind enemy lines. Russian supply convoys, artillery positions, and command centers would be under constant threat, with no place safe from Ukraine's expanding arsenal. This is modern warfare, low-cost, high-impact, and nearly impossible to counter. The age of traditional warfare is fading, and what's coming next will redefine the battlefield forever. Wars aren't just won with firepower. They're won with strategy, intelligence, and adaptability. And now, you understand exactly why these 80,000 CRV-7 rockets are such a game-changer. But here's the thing. Most people have no idea what's really happening behind the headlines. They see numbers, they hear about military aid, but they don't connect the dots like you just did. That's what separates those who truly understand the world from those who just watch it happen. So now I have to ask, what's next? Will Russia find a way to counter this new wave of destruction? Or is Ukraine about to deliver the biggest blow yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this war is evolving faster than anyone expected. And if you don't want to miss what happens next, do what the smartest minds are already doing. Subscribe now and turn on notifications. Because trust me, what's coming next? You want to see it before the rest of the world catches up.